Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth and I am back again doing your May 2016 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Aquarius. And I am going to be back doing my sex and relationship videos for May. So I'm not sure when I'm going to be posting them yet, but I want you guys to know that I am going to be getting them out to you for this month. As well as these regular general videos. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am doing 3 sets of videos now. I do the generals, which I post around the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd of the month. I do my mid-month readings, which I'm trying to phase out around the 14th, 15th, 16th, or 17th of the month, and the sex and relationship videos, which I do whenever I have time and whenever it's possible. And those are for rental. Okay, the other ones are not, but the other ones are free. The generals and the mids are free for everyone, but the sex and relationship videos are for rental purchase only. So yeah, that's my update. I do want to say that I'm going to put I want to disclaim something here. I have tried to record this video several times, similar to the mid-April videos for Aquarius. Had a very difficult time recording that, and the reason this time though is a little bit different than the mid April videos. This time I feel the energies that I'm tuning into are very painful. Okay, there's a lot of people, maybe not a lot, maybe it's just a handful, who I feel like they're very stuck and they're very unhappy, and they're headed down a path of vengefulness and hatred and anger and all the negative things that you can think of. Okay, and the last thing that I want to be doing is tuning into that kind of negativity, because it's almost too painful for me to read. So if I get a client who calls me and their energy is so abrasive, I can't read for them. I'll have to refer them out because it's too abrasive for me to handle. And so I almost decided not to actually do any Aquarius video at all, because the videos that I recorded, I was picking up on a lot of tense, angry, bitter, jealous, spiteful, vengeful, hateful energy, which does spoil it for the other Aquarius people, subscribers and viewers who just want to know about love, who just want to know about career, who just want to know about the energies in general for May. So for those of you who are very, very stuck and are in that place of negativity, this video does not apply to you. This video is for everybody else who is embracing positivity, who's embracing the new energy, who wants to improve, who wants to let go, who wants to step into the future with open arms and open minds and open hearts. So I think that kind of just sums up really what I was trying to say, and that's my little disclaimer for everyone. In the future, if I do feel the energies are too negative, I won't be posting a video at all, and it will be kind of a shame for whoever sign it is, because it's not fair. There's thousands of people that are watching. So the thing is I tune into energies, and sometimes those energies are very difficult for me. So I just, for those of you who are in that positive mind frame, this is for you, okay? And this video is a labor of love, because this is the last video I'm doing in this series, and my voice is tired, and I really want to take off my leather jacket. And I'm wearing this crazy strapless dress, and, I probably shouldn't be making lunch right around now, but it's a labor of love, and I want you guys to know, for those of you Aquariuses who have a lot of love in their hearts, this is for you, okay? So I just going to lay out a spread here for you guys. I have shuffled. Now, granted, I do want to say granted, all of us have our bad days and our bad months and our bad years and our bad 10 years, but I'm talking about like super stuck people. People that are super stuck, that refuse to change, that refuse to make their life any better. This video is not for you. This video is for those people who are wanting to embrace the new. Because part of it is you know, this is a video that is tuning into energies for a time that hasn't happened yet. So this is future energy. So why go into the future with negativity? That's the question. Why? And I'm so happy for you, Aquarius, is because I'm glad that I disclaimed it. I'm glad that I've decided to do this. This video. Very interesting dynamic. Now, you may be in relationship to Capricorn. You may be like me, and you may have Capricorn in your chart, strong Capricorn in your chart. Because Capricorn has an interesting thing going on, and you do get several cards similar to Capricorn, actually. Not a lot of them, but the 3 cards that you got similar are the 10 of Pentacles, the World, and the Lovers, which is the Sun, Moon, and Stars together. But it's in different positions than them. So, and I did shuffle, just so you know. So that's what it looks like. But in this spread, you have the 10 of Pentacles in the recent past. And you have the Lovers card in the center of everything. And you have the World crossing it. Okay, so the World shows up like this. Okay, so this is the Lovers. Okay, so it shows up in the spread like this. Okay, sorry. It shows up like this. So, you know, together, really, really positive energy. Very strong love energy. It's funny that I said this is for those of you who have love in your hearts, and because the Lover's at the center of the reading, which I call the heartbeat of the reading. So it's interesting that I'm putting out that positive. I said that in the beginning, and I'm putting that out there, and I'm seeing it here reflected back, and I'm actually really excited because the Lovers card to me is romance. It's happiness. It's wedding bells. It's a new relationship. It's starting something that is exciting in romance. Okay, it's a relationship that goes long term. It's commitment, and to have you crossed by the World, that's super abundance. That's total, supreme, unconditional love. And it's interesting because, hang on just a second, I have this herbal deck, which I have talked about, and I use for people who have health questions for me. It's a deck that I've used quite often with clients, but I don't really do readings with it. This is the card about supreme unconditional love. And in the deck, okay, it is the Ace of Cups, but which is a different card altogether. But to me, to have the Lovers card crossed by the World, that is supreme unconditional love. That is, you know, abundance in love, which is real true love, which is like, which is something very special. And it's not this, let's get married so we can reduce our financial issues, so that we can, you know, make a business out of this relationship, so that we can just be friends with benefits, so that we can, you know, make our lives better. No. Like, this is real, true love. It's supreme unconditional love. And I'm going to read what it says on this card. It says, good health, supreme unconditional love, where you find your soulmate and it feels right, and you can finally be together with someone who truly loves you. This is an engagement. This is marriage. This is good health. This is to find love and happiness. This is being blessed and abundant in love. This is fulfillment, enlightenment. This is flowers everywhere in springtime. It says, Don't lose hope. You will be together. Have more faith. And it says, you need to go swimming in ponds or lakes or the ocean you need to buy artwork or do some painting and be creative. That's what it says. So, I mean, some of you may be getting engaged. Some of you may be getting married in May. You know, this is financial prosperity too. You know, someone may be very supportive of this marriage. Some of you who are not, like say you're single, some of you who are not in a relationship, this may be what you really, really want. And I feel like for some of you, there aren't a lot of strong male characters showing up in this deck. So it may just be that you are in a great time of abundance. Some of you may be meeting your soulmate. Some of you may be getting married. Some of you may be meeting Mr. Right, Mr. or Mrs. Right. Or taking things to another level with Mr. or Mrs. Right in May, beginning of May. There's some other elements here which I feel like are kind of separated from this little positive cluster. So I want to say for those of you who are single, I would suggest if this is what you want and you haven't found it yet, to keep looking, okay? Some of you know who your soulmate is, okay? And I feel like you're going to hear from them. You're going to be communicating with them. You do have the Hierophant, which is the marriage card too. So again, some of you are getting married. Some of you are getting engaged. Some of you are really, really in love at the beginning of May. Okay. And there's also financial prosperity there as well. So you're doing very well in your career and you may want both things. So it's sort of like you may have positive, you know, the Ten of Pentacles, you know, in the recent past is being in a great financial position, but you're like, what I really want is love. So some of you that may be it. You know, some of you may really just want a relationship. But the Hierophant is getting the call. It's getting the call, good news coming through beginning of May about something. Whether you're waiting for someone to call you, some of you are waiting on a job, some of you are waiting, you know, to hear back about some, you know, maybe at school. There's some communication that's going to come through at the beginning of May that's going to be very, very positive, and it's going to bless you financially in whatever way, however it comes through. Could be some kind of financial support, some kind of financial aid. It could be, you know, getting the check in the mail for something. Could be some kind of tax refund. Just this is money coming your way. Finding out you have money coming your way too, because you have the Ten of Pentacles linking up with it. So it could be finding out that, you know, you have an unexpected inheritance from Uncle Harry, you know, who lives in Indiana. I don't know. It could be something wild like that, you know, something totally out of the blue. The Hierophant is also getting that higher knowledge, higher wisdom, school, learning, communicating with someone who's older and wiser. This is counseling. Some of you, you know, getting counseling. Some of you seeking higher counsel, higher wisdom via, I always say, you know, a great aunt or a great uncle or a friend. This is communicating with friends. Some of you are therapists or counselors. Some of you do like YouTube stuff like I do, who are more on the spiritual end. Some of you aren't on the spiritual end. You're on more of like traditional counseling end. And that's, you know, that's fine. You know, so that's what your focus is beginning of May. It would be a great time for counseling though if you are seeking counsel. Okay, it would be a great time because Aquarians need to accumulate knowledge, you know, and put it all together and research and read. Great time to read, great time to research. Finding answers. This is getting answers to things, which is really good. I like that for May. That this is what the energy is. It's a major arcana. You have the World, the Hierophant, the Lovers coming together. To me, that's wedding bells. But for those of you who are not getting married and you are single, there's some major, you know, the world is having everything at your fingertips. The world's your oyster. You can go anywhere and do anything. What are you going to do with it, kind of thing. The Hierophant is researching, planning, plotting, you know, the Tree of Life. This may be looking into like your DNA or your family history. This may be communication from your family too, specifically your mother. If your mother has, you know, is still around, your communication with her. I feel like she may be psychic. You may be psychic too. This may be also like a female relative, friend, someone who's around you who's also psychic. So you may be psychic, your friend may be psychic, your family member may be psychic. So some of you, it's your mom who's psychic. Some of you, it's like your sister who's psychic. Some of you, it's your daughter who is psychic too. And some of you, it's just like a friend. Getting psychic, you know, maybe it's me, in some cases it's me, or you're talking to me sometime in May. You're saying, hey, Oracle Daphne, you know, what's your availability like? This is getting answers, wanting answers about the future, okay? Some of you want to know what's going on with love. Some of you want to know, are you going to get married? Are you going to have kids? What's going to happen with your health? All these things, you know. Some of you are going to see a doctor, getting some medical stuff going on. I feel like there's a doctor stuff, because the Hierophant is the doctor. So some of you go to the doctor and, you know, talking with them. You know, it's just somebody who's older. It's the, and also this is also the attorney as well. Some of you getting legal advice, you know, but I don't feel like it's bad. I feel like it's really positive if you are getting legal advice. Okay. I would say be careful of contracts because we're in Mercury retrograde. People always say that. Just be careful of fine print, anything that you're signing, dotted line kind of thing, be careful of. But I don't feel like there really is no negative thing here from the Hierophant. So if you get a lawyer, I feel like they're going to be good, okay? Beginning of May. If you talk to a psychic, I feel like they're going to be good. If you get some counseling, I feel like they're going to be good. But again, you may be that counselor, you may be that person also. You have the Hangman as the Foundation, which is just sort of hanging in there, waiting, things. You know, you needing patience and strength to get through things. Maybe things not happening when you want them to happen. This is also health. Again, the health thing is lining up. So there may be some health concerns, health issues that you may have, that you may have had in the past. I feel like that typically comes up for Aquarius. I don't know why. I just feel like it's coming up again for you. So it's sort of like in the background. It did come up actually for the first Aquarius video that I did for May. That I didn't feel was very cohesive. My light was terrible and I was like, okay, I'm going to record this. That did also come up as the Foundation. So there is something sort of in the background about your health, needing to focus on your health at this time, okay? So maybe, maybe you consider yourself a very healthy individual and that's not an issue. But say you're just going for like a regular, female checkup, that could be it. Or you could just be going in for your teeth cleaning or something like that. By the way, I'm shouting out, if you guys want to get a new dentist, my parents have their family dental practice in Connecticut, Olson Family Dental. It's online. That's what it's called. If you want to go, see my dad and my brother who are in practice together in Connecticut. If you live in Connecticut, okay, I'm shouting out to them. So yeah, you may be just seeing a chiropractor, getting your back adjusted, things like that. It may not be like major, but it just is like, you may be, talking to a naturopath, seeking out an herbalist, getting more, gathering information on a health level, some way. Now, moving into mid-May, some of you are headed to like a crisis point, okay? You're headed to a crisis point, climactic point, or a point in time where it's, again, things sort of narrowing down, okay? Your perspective may go from huge to very singular mid-May. So there's things that you're very, very focused on mid-May. Crisis point or very focused. Some of you are in relationships, there's a lot of conflict, okay? You may be married and you may have relationship problems, okay? For a lot of you, this is positive relationship development and Mr. or Mrs. Right development. For others, there may be like a point in time where you get into an argument or a crisis point with, you know, a partner or a spouse. There may be also some family drama showing up, okay? Family issues. Sibling rivalry, sibling issues, brother-sister type stuff. Okay, people trying to fight over something, whatever that something is. Could be property, could be, you know, estate stuff. It could be, you know, just petty stuff, okay? Petty, stupid stuff. And you may be very focused on having your way, being very determined to get whatever way you know, whatever that is. Be careful that your focus is not too narrow, that your blinders are not on so far that you can't see anything else. It's almost as if you're headed into like this tunnel for a short period of time in May, and you're going to come out the other side and you're going to be fine. It's just sort of like this little period of time that you're going through. Literally, it's like you're a train, you're going through that tunnel, everything shuts down for like 3 days. I want to say the number 3. It could be in the 3rd week of May where you're just like, everything just goes to shit. Or everything just seems like it's shut down. You may plan a vacation at that time. You may be going away on vacation at a time. You may be traveling at that time. You may not be working. That could be why things are shut down at that point. Or it's just more like your focus is very, very narrow. Like you're just very, very singular. Like all I really want to do is X, Y, Z. You're like, that's it. That's all that I want to get done. I just need to do this. I just need to get it done. It's almost like, and if you do have any legal stuff going on, it reminds me, I had some legal stuff going on, and you know, when I was very focused on it, there were deadlines. There's like, to me, this is deadline stuff. Like I was very focused on legal stuff, and it was like, I only had a couple weeks to get things prepared, and it was like every single day, every day, that's all I did, you know. So you may be finishing something. May is a gateway time, so you may be getting through, this may be the tunnel point in which, you know, you have to come through the other side, but, you know, you're going to move on from this negativity. I feel like some of you are moving on. Some of you, any problems that you may have had in the past are going to fade away, okay? This is a breakthrough. This is, you know, problems fading away. Things, you know, the 5 of Wands in reverse is where suddenly you're free from all these issues. You're free from a lot of drama. You're free from, you know, feeling like you have to beat the world off with a stick. Like it's kind of like the wolves are at your door, you know, they're circling and they're hungry, you know. You know, you may have gone through a period of time where there wasn't money, you know, maybe your focus is on money, you know, maybe it was on money in late April, and moving into mid-May, it's sort of just like you're still, you know, maybe you've been still in that mode where you're like really, really, you know, focused on career, focus on money, but things are actually going to improve financially for you. It's just going to be a feeling of lightness where you're not going to have to beat the world off with a stick. You're going to be able to move forward. It's going to be easier, okay? Now, and I will say the last 3 cards are very positive. I am going to hold them up, but I want to talk about your emotions because I feel that this is where this is where it's going to be a little bit tricky, okay? Okay, so the last 3 cards, you have the Spider card, you have the King of Cups, and you have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, very, very positive cards. Again, Capricorn had this too towards the end of May, where it was like there's no blockages and the cards are really, really positive. It's like lit up, okay? So if you can get through that little tunnel, you know, maybe a couple of days, 3-4 days of negativity, you're going to get to the other side and it's going to be very positive. However, okay, so I pulled several cards for what's going on in the position of your emotions. And emotionally, there is something going on with you. And again, I feel like it might be like a little bit of a carryover from my mid-April. Maybe it was just April, you know, Aquarius being very emotional. There's something emotionally going on with you, and I'm not entirely sure why, okay? But it's like you have these things that you want, and you have these experiences that you're going through, and you have your good days, and then you have your bad days or your bad week, and then you have your good weeks again. But off in the corner here, you have this cluster of negativity regarding your emotions. So you may feel, for whatever reason, mid-May or all of May. This could be, you know, all of May, because there's 4 cards here that you are very like emotionally frustrated. You're dealing with a lot on an emotional level. There may be and almost every single other sign got the 3 of Swords, but it's showing up in different positions for everybody. So in May, May is a gateway time. So there's a lot of people who are passing away at this time. And the 3 of Swords, you know, is a death in the family, okay? Or it could be a friend too, also, you know, someone around you, dealing with grief, dealing with sadness, dealing with betrayal, okay? These are the elements of the 3 of Swords. This is a broken heart. This is feeling brokenhearted. This is feeling like, you know, very depressed and sad, and you're dealing with loss. But that's the 3rd element, okay? The first element is the 10 of Swords, which is feeling very tired and drained. Brokenhearted, yes, but the story of the 10 of Swords is a girl who's jumped off a cliff and is about to break every bone in her body, okay? And there's nothing there. It's feeling unloved, unsupported. It's feeling like there's nobody there to support her, nobody there to help her, nobody there. And this could be a guy too. You could feel this way too. Nobody there to assist her in doing anything in her life. You know, she's doing it alone, okay? And because she's doing it alone, there's an element of fear. And there's an element of being scared to go out in the world and do things. But it's also a fear of failure, and it's also a fear of relationships. Being at a point where you're scared to get into a new relationship. You're paranoid that everything is going to turn to shit, okay? This is the storm around your head. This is the spiral downward in your mind, thinking worst case scenario, thinking, oh my God, what if I meet Mr. Right and suddenly he gets a terminal illness and dies, okay? That's an example, okay? I know I'm laughing, I can't help it, but these are like what if I meet Mrs. Right and we have, 3 beautiful children, and then she gets breast cancer and dies, okay? Or what if, I meet, this amazing guy and he gets hit by a bus, like a week later. This is the worst case scenario, okay, going through your head. So the first obstacle emotionally that you're going to have to overcome is feeling, and I want to say exhausted. You're emotionally exhausted, emotionally drained. There really isn't a lot of, emotion left in the tank. I want to say in the beginning of May. The beginning of May, I feel like there's not a lot of emotion. You may be emotionally drained in some way. Now, the fact that you have the Lovers, the World, the 10 of Pentacles, the beginning of May also, to me, tells me that there's a lot of potential there. And there are things that you really want. So you may really want a relationship, but at the same time scared. You may be getting married, but you may have cold feet. You may be just really, really drained because there was, a death in the family in April, or a friend or somebody passing away in April. So, and you're not over that yet. Okay, the two things are connected. This is also betrayal elements, dealing with betrayal elements also. So being backstabbed, being betrayed by someone, being cheated on. So in a way, the worst case scenario may be thinking like, what if I get into another relationship and he cheats on me just like this other one cheated on me? You know what I mean? So it's just stuff like that. Again, the negative emotions. Literally though, I feel like you're terrified. This is the Holy Terror of Fear card. You are terrified, emotionally terrified, to put yourself out there, okay? To put your emotions out there. So what then happens, the second obstacle is you put the wall up, okay? Maybe probably around the middle of May, you know, you become the stone wall, okay? And this is fate, okay? But this is the Emperor. When the Emperor shows up in the position of emotions, this is you being really, really stubborn, or this is you putting the wall up. To me, it's a stone wall. It's like there's a wall. You're guarding your heart. You know, you're gonna let nobody in. Okay, because you are in this place of fear. You're like protecting yourself. To me, this is protecting yourself. Okay, but that is followed by the Three of Swords, which is needing to heal. To me, this is getting really, really hurt and needing to get over it, needing to move past it, having a difficult time getting past it. This is some loss that's major, which emotionally you need time to process, okay? You know, to the world on the outside, everything, you know, for you might look great. You know, people may see you and they may think, oh my gosh, you know, that, you know, he has a great life and he's doing so well and he's getting married to the most perfect woman in the world, or he's, you know, he has a great job and, you know, there's stability there. But then on the inside, you're crying on the inside. This is the clown. This is like the class clown. You may have been a class clown. The Aquarius can be a little bit of a clown, you know, because they're capable of, they are capable of emotional depth, but people don't realize that. And because people may know them like as a certain person, so like you may know like the Aquarius, like you may have Aquarius friends, so you may know them as a certain way. You may know them as the funny person, or you may know them as the clown person, or you may know them as the person who's always happy or always, you know, a certain way. And then it's sort of like that's the expectation. So it's like, it's hard. I feel like it's going to be hard in May for you to show vulnerability and for people to connect with you on an emotional level, because there may be things going on with you emotionally that you're afraid to show to the world, or that you can't show to the world. So there's pain and suffering and loss here. It's pain and suffering and loss. So to me, this is privacy. This is private. There's something that's very personal that you're going through emotionally that you're dealing with, and for whatever reason, you may not show it. You may just not show it. You may not want to show it. You may not be able to show it for whatever reason. And in the age of like communication and like computers and cell phones and Instagram, you know, you may not post something about your devastation, your heartbreak. You know, you may not post it. You may just like be like, okay, like, you know, the wall's up. And I want, you know, you may want your privacy. Emotionally, you're a little bit guarded, okay? And you may not share, you know, anything that you're going through emotionally with other people. And this is for some of you. Others, you're going to be dealing with individual elements. So the Ten of Swords, which is, again, feeling unloved and unsupported. Fear, being very, very drained, very, very tired, emotionally tired. Your emotions and your physical body are connected. So, you know, if you're going, and you're busy, you may just be very emotional because you're not giving yourself any time to rest, okay? And the Emperor's fate, where things are fated to be. So a certain way, you know, this may be why you're upset. To me, there may be some upset about how you may be trying so hard to make things better in your life, but for whatever reason, fate has a hand in your life, and so therefore you may feel unable to make things better. You may feel like you're going backwards, or you may feel like this fish swimming upstream, not quite able to get to that next level. And it may be very frustrating for you. But also, fate could also be having you experience loss with, like everybody else in the zodiac, pretty much in May. So it's fated to be that you experience this loss for some reason, because it's going to impact you. It's going to impact you emotionally. There is no avoiding the emperor, okay? So you may be able to hide your sadness from some people, but it's going to happen because fate has said, okay, this is how things are going to be. And you may not want to accept it. Like, there's some level of, like, you being, like, frustrated. Like, you don't want to accept that you have to let go of this person that's very close to you. Or you don't want to accept that, that everybody dies. Maybe like an existential kind of crisis where you're kind of just like angry and upset at the world because everybody dies, and we have to go through this. And it's just something that you have to experience or set up, where you set it up for yourself to experience, and it does suck in some emotional level. So moving on from that, you do have the Eight of Pentacles coming in. So that is a job. For those of you who are looking for a job, that's coming in, new opportunity to work. I feel like it's mainly career, job related, okay? It's very, very positive. You're not blocked from it. So there isn't anything blocked from it. The only blockages are in your emotions this month, in the month of May, which is very interesting. It's very singular. Similar to Capricorn. Capricorn's only blockages is time, being stuck in a place where time doesn't exist in their life. Like, time doesn't exist. It's like everything's just standing still. And for you, emotionally, it's very singular. Your issues are emotional. Your issues are not on the outside, but really on the inside. What's going on inside. And your response to these things and your emotional process, you may just be processing a lot emotionally. You may be emotionally overwhelmed, on some level. And then you have the King of Cups in the position of your attitude later into May, going into May, which is happiness. But it is also a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio male who may be a little bit older, maybe middle-aged to older, okay? This can be also, if you have, like, to me, it's my grandpa, he passed away, but, I feel him around me all the time. And so, I feel like he has my back. He's a deceased loved one who really has my back. And so it could be somebody like that, a deceased loved one who's around you in spirit that's male. Okay, I want to say that this time. I don't know why. Don't always get that, but this time I am. But this is a great, again, this is a funny, the crazy thing is the King of Cups is emotional contentment. So later in May, you're going to be feeling really, really maybe different than you do mid-May. Or you're going to be ending the month on a high note, okay, where maybe this is what you want. You're looking for more emotional peace, contentment. You don't want the conflict. You don't want the craziness. You don't want the drama. And that goes for guys and girls. It doesn't matter. The King of Cups, to me, is a water sign male if it's a person, but because it's in the position of your attitude, there may be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio that you are really, really in love with, or you really, really like, or you're thinking about, okay, later in May. It may not be emotional happiness at all, but this person is going to bring you emotional happiness. So despite your dark days, I feel like you're going to come out of it, and because of this person, if it's a person, okay, or you're just really focused on being happy later in May, wanting to be happy. And I feel like you will. I feel like you will be happy. And the outcome is the Nine of Pentacles, which is the star, one of the star cards. So that's fame. This is fame. You also have the Ten of Pentacles, which is also fortune, but this is also a career woman, someone who's very focused on her career, who's working hard, trying to get ahead. She doesn't see the star in herself, but other people do. A lot of times this is the movie star, the music star, the YouTube star, someone who's very famous, someone who's come into their own power, someone who's stepped into their shadow, someone who's really talented and gifted and brought those talents and gifts into the world. This is taking taking who you are and applying it in the world in a very lucrative and positive way. Doesn't always mean someone, like for those of you who are like, well, I'm not famous and I never planned to be, you know, this is just coming into your own power, into your own divinity, which is recognizing the little something in yourself that's special. Okay, that little star in yourself that's special. And it may just be like one thing, like you may be an amazing hairdresser, or you may be really good painting nails, or you may be, you know, a singer and you have an amazing voice, or you may be, you know, you may have some talent. And for those of you who are going, well, I don't have any talent, everybody has a little something. Everybody has a special gift. Everybody has something to offer. And it might not actually be something that you can show to the world, but it may be something that you can keep to yourself that reminds you that you are special. And some people, it's just their smile. And some people, it's just the way they hug others, and it's the love that they show others. And so that's recognizing divinity. It doesn't have to be amazing talents or anything like that. But because it's the outcome, I mean, you are on track to being famous if, you know, you are in the music industry, the film industry, YouTube, doing YouTube. You know, you may be a beauty, you know, one of those beauty, I'm getting a lot of beauty stuff too. Some of you are Aquarius and you're focused on beauty as well. Doing like a beauty channel or something like that. I'm getting that strongly. Someone who's thinking about doing beauty. Some of you are doing, I want to say houses, like interiors. Some of you are designers. So there's a creative element to the Nine of Pentacles as well. It's not just like, you know, talents, okay? It's creativity as well. It's artistry. You know, whatever it is that you bring to the world, this is where it kind of gets recognized, okay? Whatever it is that you bring to the table. And I feel like it's going to be happening towards the end of May. I feel like the Nine of Pentacles has been coming up for you pretty consistently. I don't remember my other readings, but it is a very good card as far as career. You headed in the right direction as far as career, which is really, really positive. Financially, also really, really good. Excuse me. So, you know, that's all I really can tell you. I feel like that's all that's coming through. This is a long reading, so I think I should really end here. Thank you guys so much, though, for liking, subscribing, and Google Plussing. I really appreciate it, and I will be back again doing more videos. I send you so much love. Big hugs. Big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon, okay? All the best. Take care. Bye.